Today on Soccer Sphere, we'll be discussing some exciting news. Ruben Amorim insists on using a 3-4-3 tactic despite underwhelming results. Why does he remain confident? Who's secretly backing him? Meanwhile, Marcus Rashford blames the club for his stalled career, but why did Roy Keane immediately fire back? And what's going on with Onana in Turkey? How did his debut end up being against Ederson? Coincidence or the crazy fate of football? For more information, watch the video. We also have equally exciting football news, so stay tuned until the end to find out. Welcome to Soccer Sphere. Don't forget to subscribe and activate the bell to get the latest updates. Former Ruben Amorim player sends clear message to Man United fans about the 3-4-3 system. Ruben Amorim has faced tactical questions since his very first week in charge of Manchester United. Ineos unanimously decided that Ruben Amorim was the perfect successor to Erik ten Hag at Manchester United, fully aware that the Portuguese head coach would bring a unique playing style. Since arriving in Manchester, Amorim has stubbornly stuck to his tactics despite struggling to deliver results in the Premier League. Amorim has meticulously drilled the 3-4-3 system in training in hopes of helping the United squad adapt, and he has frequently dismissed suggestions that he should abandon the setup. Club owner Sir Jim Ratcliffe has backed Amorim and hinted he will be given up to 3 years to turn things around, and Amorim's track record in Portugal suggests he just might do it. Former Amorim players praise his 3-4-3 system. Sporting fans were heartbroken when Amorim's departure to United was confirmed, a testament to how highly he's regarded in Portugal. Amorim took over Sporting during a period of crisis and transformed the team into Portuguese league champions. Sporting players loved Amorim and his management style, and his 3-4-3 system became a huge success both domestically and in the Champions League. Speaking to The Athletic, several of Amorim's former players expressed support for their ex-boss and defended his tactical approach. Ruben has a special ability to make everyone believe in his ideas, so tactical changes come naturally, said Matheus Fonseca, who played under Amorim at Casa Pia. We worked, believed, and started to see everything flow. Ruben created a champion spirit, a team, a group, a family. Of course, it took time to build it, but in the end, it happened, added midfielder Kikas. Kikas also stated, "Today, I can say that if I became a coach, my go-to formation would be the 3-4-3. He said, "It's better for ball possession, better for pressing, brings you closer to the final third, and it's more balanced." Ruben Amorim explains why he uses 3-4-3 at Man United. One of the biggest criticisms of Erik ten Hag's United side was the lack of identity and clear playing style. Amorim was brought in to change that, and he's certainly trying. Amorim has stuck with his 3-4-3 system, but made some adjustments along the way. The formation is rarely used in United's history, but the Portuguese coach explained why he chose it. Speaking to Owen Hargreaves on TNT Sports, Amorim said, "I changed because of the little things you see other teams doing. I remember when I started coaching, most teams built up with 3 players at the back and pushed the wingbacks forward. Then we struggled with 4 defenders to cover all the spaces against 5 players pressing us from above. So I started thinking about what I had to do, and that's the fun part for me, and I began using this system." Roy Keane responds to Marcus Rashford's claims about Manchester United. Manchester United legend Roy Keane has hit back at Marcus Rashford after the forward suggested the club was to blame for his inconsistent career. Rashford appears to blame United for his struggles. Earlier this week, Rashford spoke candidly to ITV about the inconsistent performances that have plagued his professional career. The forward has experienced a resurgence in form and fortune since securing a loan move to Barcelona during the summer transfer window. He earned a call-up to the England squad for the October internationals under Thomas Tuchel, who nonetheless emphasized that Rashford must find consistency to reach true world-class status. When asked about his form, Rashford acknowledged his inconsistency, but pointed out that he had been playing in an unstable environment, something he believes has undeniably affected his performances. Keane hits back at Rashford. On Tuesday, Roy Keane weighed in on the matter, stating that Rashford is part of the larger issue at United and must take responsibility for his own struggles. Speaking to Daily Mail, Keane said, "Towards the end of his time at United, it was clear there were problems. He was part of the problematic environment, especially as one of the more experienced players at the club. He should have been setting the standards and showing the new lads what it means to be a United player. But that's all been well documented. The key thing now is he's got this opportunity with England, and he deserves it." The former United captain added, "His talent is unquestionable. He's obviously a fantastic player. But what frustrates fans is his body language, not tracking back, or not pressing properly. Those are the things he needs to fix, and if he does, there's no reason why he can't become a world-class player." Rashford, who made his senior debut for United under Louis van Gaal in 2016, has played under 4 permanent managers and 3 interim coaches during his time at Old Trafford. His current contract with Manchester United runs until June 2028. Peter Schmeichel stunned by crazy coincidence in Andre Onana's loan debut. Andre Onana left Manchester United on loan to join Trabzonspor, but it didn't take long for the Cameroonian goalkeeper to be reminded of his time in the Premier League. Onana was already on shaky ground after returning to pre-season with a hamstring injury. New manager Ruben Amorim responded by making Altay Bayındır his first-choice goalkeeper at the start of the season, with Onana making just 1 appearance in a shock Carabao Cup defeat to Grimsby Town. United had pursued Aston Villa's Emiliano Martinez throughout the summer, but eventually brought in a new goalkeeper on deadline day, Sen Lammens, who arrived from Royal Antwerp. The Belgian made his debut in a 2-0 win over Sunderland before the international break, and is expected to start again against Liverpool at Anfield. The goalkeeping puzzle at United. United fans have had plenty to digest when it comes to their goalkeeper situation this season. It now appears that Lammens is on track to secure the number 1 spot under Amorim. Peter Schmeichel reflects on Onana's Turkish debut. Since leaving United on loan, Onana has made 4 appearances for Trabzonspor. The Cameroonian international has already kept 2 clean sheets in those matches and is facing far less pressure than he endured during his 2 turbulent years at Old Trafford. It's now clear that Onana was not the ideal replacement for David De Gea, despite being handpicked by Erik ten Hag, who had previously managed him at Ajax. Onana struggled to adapt to the Premier League and became a focal point of criticism during United's inconsistent campaigns. Among those closely watching Onana's post-United career is legendary goalkeeper Peter Schmeichel. Schmeichel noted how Onana's introduction to Turkish football had an eerie resemblance to his Premier League past, something the Cameroonian may not have wanted to be reminded of. So, there were a few times when Jose Mourinho returned to Benfica, and his first European match was against Chelsea, said Schmeichel. Andre Onana leaves Manchester United and goes to Trabzonspor, and Ederson leaves Man City to join Fenerbahce. Can you believe their first match is against each other? It's crazy, that's football for you. That match ended in a 1-0 victory for Fenerbahce, with Youssef En-Nesyri scoring the winner against Onana in the 45th minute. Onana records 2 clean sheets for Cameroon. Onana featured in both of Cameroon's World Cup qualifiers during the October international break. Neither Angola nor Mauritius could get past him, with the goalkeeper recording 2 clean sheets in back-to-back matches. However, the bad news for Onana and Cameroon is that they failed to secure automatic qualification for the 2026 World Cup. As a result, they will have to go through the playoff route to book their place at the tournament.